It's time for the End of Conversation podcast with funny man Damian Lemon and the voice of your choice, Ali Muhammad.
Yeah, this is Damian Lemon.
And this is Ali Muhammad.
And this is In the Conversation.
Podcast.
Woo! Yes.
Sir.
You come through a lot of energy on this one.
Yeah, you feeling like what?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm just here. I'm happy to be in the moment, man.
No doubt.
You know? Feeling good, man.
Feeling great, feeling good.
For no real particular reason, but just happy to be alive.
I'm feeling malnourished.
Oh, right. You on your Ramadan.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
You know,
What day are we in?
I don't know. About 7, 8.
You getting into the
about
groove
8,
yet?
8 or 9. Yeah, I'm in the groove. It's just,
Okay.
The time, we record in the evening. So it's before your break fast, but then after the whole day of not eating.
Yeah. So you coming down. This is the home stretch.
Yeah, this is the home stretch. So, it's good because you got something to do to take your mind off of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You ain't just sitting there just like, got another hour and that hour be ticking slow.
You do a lot of that during Ramadan, looking at the clock?
Nah, at the end of the day you do. Once you get busy and then you happen to glance at the clock and sunset now is like 8:02, 8:03, something like that. So you glance at the clock and it's 6:45. It's like, ooh.
It's like working a job.
Yeah, I got a long way to go. I thought I was almost done. So, this is cool, you know what I'm saying, to be at the end of the day and be able to take your mind off it and just, kick it.
All right, well, let it go.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, so I'm not going to talk about any food.
I mean, you might as well. You just said it. You
I'm
can't say food without thinking about
what you going to break with? What you got planned?
I'm going to be in the streets, so I'm probably hit Whole Foods.
Okay.
So I'll probably leave here and hit Whole Foods on 59.
And hit the hot bar?
Hit the hot bar.
What you going for?
Probably that fish they have over there.
The Hattie's? The fried fish, Hattie's? You know they used to have a thing called Miss Hattie's fried fish that was fire.
Nah,
and it was an actual Hattie that worked there at 59th
word?
Street. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I ain't never seen that.
I don't know if Hattie still live, but shout out to Hattie wherever you at.
I hope Hattie's still there.
I hope so, because they gave her a nice little platform.
Oh, that's what's up.
That made her, shit.
I
know who she is.
I'm going to inquire about that. You know what I'm saying? You ever met her?
Yeah, I met her. She was back. She was in the back. She was like one of the the staff.
Right.
And her fish was that good that they were like, yo, we gotta put your name on this shit. Either that or her lawyer was like, you gotta put her fucking name on this shit. That's her shit.
Right. Oh, that's what's up. What
Hattie
you said?
cool.
Hey, where is Miss Hattie?
No, she came out. I think one of the other people was like, that's her. I was like, yo, this is a good ass fish. Like, who's Miss Hattie? Is there a real Miss Hattie? It was like, that's her right there. I was like, oh yeah. So your fish is amazing. She said, thank you, baby. That's what you say when you got amazing fish. Thank you, baby.
No doubt.
Yeah, she was good.
Well, I'm gonna be looking for it.
Check.
So that's why I'm gonna break fast, I guess, because timing wise, I won't make it back to the crib.
Okay.
So I'll probably do that, then hop on the train, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start with these Trader Joe's cranberries, almonds, and cashews.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna start with.
That's your snack pack. Kick
That's
it
my
off.
snack pack.
Okay.
That's my favorite snack pack.
From Trader Joe's?
From Trader Joe's.
Really?
Something about the flavor of the cranberries, theirs.
Yeah.
They're not too sweet. They're not too sour. It's just all mixed right perfectly.
Cranberries, almonds, and who?
Cashews.
God.
So you could get that same mix from other places. It just don't
do it.
taste the same.
They put it together though, or
Yes,
you mix it.
No, it's together.
Okay.
It's a Trek mix or some shit.
A little
like
trail piece,
that. I forget what they call it.
snack mix or something.
Nah, yeah, something like that. Snack mix, and everybody has it. Like Whole Food has it, but everybody's flavor not the same. Their flavor is just hitting. It's the right way they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I've been fucking cashews up for the last few months. Just because you try to eat something that's healthy, but then the thing about cashews, them shits are fatty to the motherfucker.
yeah,
I mean,
but it's supposed to be a good fat.
I hope so, because I've been fucking with them.
Like avocados, cashews, is supposed to be a good
yeah.
fat. That's what they say. But I don't know shit about that shit.
Yeah. I've been killing them shits. Cashews are not cheap at all either.
None of that shit cheap.
Some of them are cheap.
Avocados ain't cheap.
Uh-huh.
Lemons ain't cheap.
Walnuts are cheap.
Walnuts, you can get.
Walnuts are trash though. That's why they so cheap.
You can get the especially if you get the crushed ones that's already pieces,
Right?
Not whole.
That's how cashews are too. If you get the little shattered cashews, you might save $2.
Chips, cashew
Yeah,
chips,
yeah,
you
yeah.
save $2.
Some shake.
But I was in the grocery store the other day and they fleeced me on some avocados and shit.
How much they hit you for?
I mean, it was about $1. I mean, it was what? It was 3 for $4. So that's $1 and some change.
$1 a quarter.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Is it? I don't know.
but they had them all
time.
out. You know what I mean? And I was looking for some that was already kind of ripe a little bit, so you could eat them right away and not have to wait a couple days.
What you mean? So it's soft or
I ain't want it soft. I want it firm, but you know what I'm saying, not hard. You know what I'm saying? So you can go right in. You don't have to wait.
Right.
So they had them all out in the thing. You know what I'm saying? 3 for $4. And they had some that was, you know, my right. You know what I'm saying? Right firmness. I copped them and shit. Man, them shits was halfway rotten on the inside. Man. That must have been the bad batch.
You took them back?
Nah, that's a long trip. That must have been $2.75.
Oh, what was it? At Whole Foods?
No, it was at Stop and Shop. So I had to get back on the train. That's $5.50 to go down there.
I bet. I'm just saying they maybe not in that evening, but you keep the rest of them shits, take it back. Say, yo, come on now.
Hey,
stand behind your avocados.
I still got 2
Absolutely.
of them. I still got 2 of
Look
them.
at that shit.
Go
Do
back.
that
You know what
shit.
I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck it.
They fleeced the shit out of me because, you know what I'm saying? You know how I have like one dog spot in it. You know, I ain't tripping off a dog spot. But then the whole shit just tastes like the shit was expired. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, this fucked up my whole little meal because I had done mixed it all in some shit.
Yeah, you gotta bring it back. Especially this is Ramadan too, so the meals
count. I've been waiting all day for this.
Waiting a long time,
You know what I mean?
motherfucker.
So
yeah, you gotta do it.
So then then I looked over at the lemons and they was $1 a piece. I'm like, God damn.
Shout out to the lemons.
You know what I'm saying?
They getting money.
The lemons is out here.
Oh, man.
On some
Thriving.
Scammer shit.
No, man. No. They just out there bringing flavor to the world.
Man, please.
Anyway, yeah, shit can be expensive, dude. Shit can be expensive.
That's crazy.
That's
why
the new
you hate when- you
podcast.
hate
Shit
when
can be expensive.
Hate when shit get popular. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know it's demand.
Yeah, I
that
guess so.
drive up the prices. Shit get popular. You know what I mean? This shit get crazy.
Avocado's been popular for a while. When
And
did
they've
the
been expensive for a
guacamole
while.
shit like
whenever
really? Sex of the
whenever the
City?
hipsters started liking tacos and shit.
But when did that happen? Let's think about that, because
I don't know.
you grew up with avocados
I grew up
on
with
your lawn,
avocados
right?
in my backyard.
Yeah. So
They went on the lawn. If they hit the lawn, it's too late.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what I'm saying, all the other critters get to it.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta
climb the tree.
You gotta climb the tree, throw a rock up there and knock it out, or catch it as soon as it hit the ground.
Okay.
But, like, you can't stay on the ground too long.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you know, I'm not sure when the Mexican food became all of the rave, but that's when the avocados went up. They got laws in some states you can't even sell avocados on your own.
Yeah, they weren't cut.
Yeah, this shit like drugs.
They got states where you can't use rainwater as real water. Didn't we talk about that shit?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, you can't get money.
You can't collect your rainwater and shit.
Yeah. They see that. They see it. Shit. That's fucking crazy. That's kind of crazy though. So you can grow the avocado on your land, but you can't sell it unless you.
There's certain places where selling avocados, you have to be licensed and registered to be able to sell avocados. You know how some places you go and they selling avocados on the street? There's some places you can't do that shit.
Where?
I want to say California, but
that sounds like some California shit.
But I'm not. I can't confirm nor deny.
You gotta get a
specific
license.
States.
This shit done grew on your lawn. Now you got to get a license.
I mean, you could have bought it from a wholesaler, but you can't just be out there willy nilly selling.
You can't have a little stand.
Nah, without no real proper paperwork.
All right.
They be policing the avocados.
Okay.
We go from not talking about food to a full.
We're going all in. We're talking about the injustice
discourse.
Of food. Oh man,
what you been into, man?
What the fuck was I been doing? I was doing a bunch of shows. I was when I wasn't doing shows, I was at the crib. I was catching up on a lot of shit. I finally watched the entire Rami
on
Hulu. That shit was great. I liked it. Shout out to Rami. I hit him up. That shit was dope.
Oh, you hit him? Oh, you
yeah,
know
yeah,
him.
yeah, it's the homie. I mean, I know him and, you know what I mean, as comics and shit. You know what I mean? And I remember when he told me he had pitched it, he sent me over the documents they used to pitch it and shit like that. So I feel like I've, not invested, but I've been through the
Part of the
process and I
process,
see
right.
the shit. So yeah, shout out to him because the shit came out great.
No doubt.
I watched that shit. I thought that was dope. I watched the Wu-Tang documentary.
Man, that shit look like it's dope.
That shit is
fucking
all
trailer looks crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah,
I mean, that's the only place I've seen it because I don't have the Showtime.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that shit look like it's official.
Yeah, that shit is fire. Sasha Jenkins killed that shit. Master Pill, they killed that shit. It's 4 hours.
Right.
And
It's in 4 parts though, right?
it's in 4 parts, but I mean it's 4 full hours and you don't feel like it don't really feel like it's dragging. You know what I mean? Like it's such a rich story. You know what I mean? Like there's so many.
And it's 9 members to be
It's
fucking
9
with, you know what I'm
members.
saying?
Like I was talking to shout out to my homie Duke, cause I was like, it's 4 hours. He was like, damn. He's like, shit, 4 hours. He's like, fuck it. If I can give the Avengers 3 hours, I can give the Wu 4
Right.
hours.
No doubt.
And I'm like, that's the hip hop Avengers,
Right.
first of all, cause that's that's one of the most inspiring things about the whole shit is just to see 9 motherfuckers make it at once, like take off from humble beginners to womb to like worldwide success. Families are good, you know what I mean? Like huge legacy. It was great. And then, just the way that they they told the story of, from the beginning to where they are now, and they did justice to the dynamic, the group dynamic. They had solo moments with everybody talking, and you get their point of views and shit like that.
Did they show my man You Got Any Love?
Oh yeah. Did they show you guys?
That mean
No. Absolutely. You know what? Absolutely. They show You Got a lot of love, and actually, You Got there's a part in the You Got story. It's a very emotional part of it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could
Because he sued him.
sue Showtime.
He sued the Wu-Tang. RZA, I guess, whoever.
Oh, all right. Yeah, they might have.
They have, you know what I'm saying? He's just like they've been cutting them out of the profits and proceeds of the group.
Well, they get into a lot of that too. I will say this: I went to a Times talk where they had the director, they had Sasha Jenkins, they had RZA, they had Capadonna, they had You God, and RZA. Was it the Jizza?
Spec of that.
I don't know. I feel terrible that I'm forgetting, but I know Cap was in the building. I know for sure You God was here. RZA was here. I want to say that might have been the Genius. I'm not positive. I think it was the Genius. But anyway, they was all on stage together.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got their differences.
No,
and
I'm sure they worked it out. But I guess he was just making sure that he was in the play. Once the play, you know what I mean? As the play continued to move on.
No, they all in there. And they delve into, it. They really get into it, particularly with Old Dirty.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he was the last one to be granted a release from Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? And then also that's RZA and Genius's cousin. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little even deeper with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
what was one thing you learned that you didn't know?
oh man, what's the one thing I learned that I didn't know? I mean, it was a lot of shit. I'm trying to think of something that was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. I'd have to give it some thought. I mean, there were a lot of little things that maybe you forgot, or things that you learned, like just how deliberate everything was, right? So how deliberate, but then how easily it could be explained, right? So Old Dirty Bastard, he was like, I guess, very unique amongst his siblings. He was so different, right? He was, so they were like, he's a unique son, right? And then his shit was a son unique. You know what I mean? And that really came from just him being a unique son. It's just like how they broke down where they came from with some of these these monikers
Right.
and how simple it really be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, fair enough. You know what I'm saying? A son that's unique. A son unique. Fair enough. That was good. But you see, I think this is RZA's other brother, Divine, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think this is the first time he's ever talked on camera before. So you see
Didn't he
his
have like
side.
a case or something like that back in the day? That's the only time I ever heard of.
He could have.
Divine.
I don't know.
He-
That's
yeah.
the other thing
Had
about
some
it.
type of case or something.
That's the other thing about the Wu. It's 8 motherfuckers that are just the primary people. Then there's all of the other people outside of it, right?
Right.
So to your point, there might have been a case because this shit is so dense and sprawling with things going on and this one and that one. And, you know, you could forget. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised. You know, he has his, you know, he has his moments. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking good ass documentary. It's really.
I'm gonna definitely check it out. I was looking for the link, the little bootleg link. But
Oh, okay.
I didn't find one.
I might have a not a link, but I might have a situation
a
I
scenario.
can get you to see the whole situation.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
What about Method Man? What they talking about with Meth?
They talked about everybody where, you know, it's basically the same thing with Meth. Meth was like the star. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was the one to kick it open. They showed him go. I thought this was kind of cool. And I really thought this was kind of cool. They went back to, he used to work at Staten Island, not Staten Island, pardon me. He used to work at the Statue of Liberty before he popped off with the Wu, and that was like his only job, right? So they take him back to take him back to the Statue of Liberty. His manager's still there. You know what I mean? He's talking to his manager. It's funny because his manager's like, how you doing? He's like, I'm doing good for myself. You know, it's funny because he's killing shit.
Right.
But what I thought was really
this
cool.
This was in the 90s or this was
No,
like
this was
current
like
day?
current, like maybe
Okay.
a year ago.
Okay.
What I thought was really cool was he was like, to this day, this is the coolest job I've ever had. And this is Method Man from Wu-Tang Clan. It's been all around the world, platinum and all of that. But that was kind of cool. He was like, yo, this is the first job I ever had. And it was just cool to have a fucking job. I'm at the Statue of Liberty. To this day, this is the coolest job I ever had. I thought that shit was kind of cool because
That's what's up.
you know what I mean? Like, it's all relative.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I thought that was fire. It just tells the stories, man. It reignites, you know, I guess, your enthusiasm for Wu-Tang Clan. Because initially, you know, the Wu was boom, it was crazy. And then, you know, so much shit happened. And then, I'll tell you some shit that I didn't know. Absolutely, I'll tell you some shit that I know. I didn't realize Wu-Tang got banned from Hot 97 for 10 years.
Damn. For what?
I didn't know that shit because they were basically like a promo show. So they were out there killing shit. They they about to be on tour, or they might have been in the middle of a world tour with Rage Against the Machine. They selling multi-platinum. You know, they're performing in front of hundreds of thousands, like tens of thousands. You know, these big ass crowds getting money. And I guess it's 97. Hot 97 wants them to do Summer Jam. Now, you know, Summer Jam, nobody was getting paid.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's out of that shit.
Still.
Maybe not, you know, but in full disclosure, we've worked this shit where it's a promo run where you're not getting paid as a crowd.
Definitely.
We ain't selling no tickets, but, you know, it's a crowd and it's
Right.
people. So they felt the way, like, yo, what the fuck? We not getting paid? Like, they felt the way about that. And I don't know if they, I'm not sure if they didn't feel like they were getting played a lot on the radio, but they definitely felt the way about, I guess, performing for free.
Right.
Ghostface in particular. So when they first got on stage, Ghostface was like, yo, everybody say fuck Hot 97. You know what I mean? And the crowd was like, fuck Hot 97 because Wu was hot. You know what I mean?
In their house.
At Summer Jam. And they were like,
For 10 years?
10 years is, that's a strong band.
Hot 97 be feeling themselves sometimes, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They be heavy.
But you know what,
they be
though?
heavy-handed with that shit, man.
I mean, let's
10
think about
years, though?
You know, it probably don't start out as 10 years. It's probably based on how mad you still are. You know what I'm saying?
When you get back to the office?
Where they bring up in the meeting, they be like, so what's up with the Wu-Tang? How you think we gonna lift the band? Nah, fuck that. Nah, nigga. Niggas is mine. You know what I mean? They feel away.
Right.
It was Summer Jam. They said, fuck Summer. They said, fuck us. You wanna have them play? You right. True.
Word.
Year 6. Year
No
7.
doubt, no doubt.
But it kind of threw a lot in the kind of made you look like, well, damn, maybe that's why you didn't hear a lot of the later Wu shit getting as much support. You know what I mean? Like, for as non-traditional and as unorthodox that Wu-Tang was, they did kill the radio, especially in New York. I don't know about all over the country, but in New York, they would dominate in radio, even with some shit that didn't even sound like no radio shit. It was so sick, but they would kill. They had a fucking run, and then I guess it did get quiet for a minute, and that kind of shows, that explains a lot. And it wasn't just Hot 97, because a lot of other radio stations off the strength of that was like, all right, well, we support you. We not playing them here, blah, blah, blah.
Right. And I mean, 97, when did they come back with that next album?
97.
No, 97?
Do it with Triumph and all that?
Yeah.
I feel like that might have been 97.
That's like 99.
No. I don't think it was that. Maybe, but I don't think it was that late. 99, we getting into Jay-Z, DMX, that era.
I thought it came around that era.
Oh, what was that?
Hey,
third
Matt,
one?
Can you look up the Wu-Tang Triumph?
Was it Wu-Tang Forever or Wu-Tang Triumph? The name of the album.
Wu-Tang Forever.
The double album. I know the first one came out in 93.
Right.
And then I felt like they would
But everybody dropped them solos.
But I feel like they had a double album before Biggie's double album, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe right. Oh, let's see. Matt, what you got? Talk to us.
So Wu-Tang Forever was 97.
97.
Yeah, 97.
Right.
Yeah, so that makes sense. You know what I mean? And yeah. So from 97 to 07.
True.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't feel it. I wasn't in New York at that time, so I didn't feel the absence on radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Because it wasn't, they wasn't playing that on the radio like that. Wu-Tang had a strong presence though, without radio. You know what I'm saying? If viral was a thing before viral, they was it.
Nah, they was.
You know what I'm saying? That damn W.
They was a phenomenon.
You know what I'm saying? And then it was like I had disappeared off the set when I came back to when I left fam for 2 years. And I came back, Wu-Tang was like a phenomenon.
It was the shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it was a crew of girls on campus that called themselves the Wu Gambinas. Mm-hmm. So they was, they was in full regalia, Timbs, and you know what I'm saying, Wu-Tang shit. It was like, okay, this is a thing. I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? It was like some new shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, all right, that's what we doing? Okay, fair enough.
Because when I left, girls was just tiptoeing in the Jordans like baby steps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now they in full Timbs and full, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, then, that's what it is.
Jumped all the way across the threshold.
Yeah, so, I respected it.
His and her Timbs.
Yeah.
At the door. His and her Timbs. Shorty baby wheats.
No doubt.
Oh, man. What else, man? I watched, what I've been doing, man? Shit. You ever see Star Wars?
Style Wars?
Mm-hmm. Old graffiti documentary.
Oh, yeah.
They got that shit on Amazon Prime. So
I was just thinking about that shit. Not that, but I was just thinking about, like, I forgot about it. Wild Style.
Right.
On the way over here. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about the first, like, documentary style shit that I've seen. That was Wild Style was it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I haven't seen Wild Style in a long time either. I got to go back in that one, too. I was on that. Like, after that Wu-Tang documentary, I think somehow I came across it. Oh, shit, they got Star Wars on Amazon? Let me check this shit. I haven't seen it in mad long. That shit is great. Great. Now I got to watch Wild Style.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
That's actually, this cat in Kosi he a listener of the show, but he on Instagram. He sent me this link to this cat. I think his name is Lee Rock Ski or some shit like that.
Okay.
And his whole shit is right now, but that shit look like 82.
Really?
Like everything they wearing, all what they dressing, they styles, the big is out.
He's a young cat?
A young motherfucker.
Okay.
Couldn't be 20-something maybe.
Okay.
And they got that shit down packed.
Like a retro kid?
Yeah, like retro kids.
Okay.
So they took it to the 80s with
Okay.
it. You know what I'm saying? And they got the boom boxes with the tight Adidas sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers got that shit
They did it.
impeccably right. You know what I'm saying?
They got that Ruth Carter on.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
Niggas was sourcing the shit out of things.
Yeah, so
That's hot.
shout out to Nkosi, you know what I'm saying, put me up on that.
Leroy Fresh or Leroy, what is it?
I think it's Lee Rock Ski. Hold on.
Lee
right.
Rock Ski.
Like even down to the name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Rock Skis back in the day.
Right.
Hold on, let me see what the name is. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. His name is Lee Rock Star Ski.
Oh wow, he went all in.
On Instagram. And that shit looks just like the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, check that shit out.
Oh, man.
So, but you know what I'm saying, somebody asked me, you know, what why my shooting style looked the way it looked.
How is your shooting style look? Explain that.
It's very verite style, you know what I'm saying? A lot of handheld.
Explain verite. I've seen it
saying?
written.
Like, you know,
I've read it
just-
before, but what does that mean?
Just as is, as the world is, you know what I mean?
Ooh,
Just you know,
of the world.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So it's not, you know, too planned out and too precious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not highly. It's definitely not. You know how LA style look very clean and very, you know what I'm saying, solid shots and shit like very technical.
Yeah.
My shit feel like New York. Like
Okay.
I like to think it feel like New York. Like
Okay.
a lot of motion, a lot of, you know what I'm saying. You could be in your own zone at a high level, but still gotta get bumped into on the street. You know what I'm saying. Still gotta smell the subway smell.
Right.
Still walking to that car.
Still in the fray.
You know what I'm saying? Still think you get in the seat walking to that empty car, and it turned out to be a stink bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like my shit to kind of feel like that. Even when I'm shooting some fly shit, I want that shit to kind of, I don't want it to be too precious and pretty and, you know, locked off and every shot is perfect.
Right.
I like my shit a little bit out of, you know what I'm saying, a little bit out of focus here and there.
Okay.
A little bit shaky here and there.
That's
But-
interesting.
You know what I mean?
Because can I make an observation?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like you embracing that a little bit more because there used to be that. I think that is your style. I think that's a dope style because it feels organic in the moment. But I remember like what I would say, yo, what you think about that? Similar things, or even stuff that you'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't. That's a little too blown out. That's not such and
like
such.
you know what I'm saying, like
Now you.
But you was talking about a movie, and
Yeah,
and it was you know what I'm saying, for me, I wasn't saying it that I ain't like it. I was saying when I told you that, and I remember exactly when I said it, I was thinking to myself, well, shit, I could have done that.
Right. That's my point. Yeah, that's the point.
So I wasn't hating on it. It was just like, shit, if they doing it like that, then shit,
That's the
they
style.
could have came and got me.
Right.
Because, you know, I still, to this day, I wouldn't classify myself as a cinematographer at all. You know what I'm saying? I like to put stories together, but the cinematography is a motherfucking art in itself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what I'm doing enough to be a cinematographer. To me. You know what I mean? Seem like the motherfucker know, all right, the focal length on that and the
Right.
We're going to measure this shit out.
Right.
I'm not finna do
You just
that.
go off a
I'm
feel.
about to,
That's about right.
This shit feel
I
good
can
right
see
here.
it. Yeah, it look clear to
This shit
me.
feel good right here.
I hear that. I can dig
Hold
it.
on, let's do this 3 times around the way.
You know what though, man? I'm realizing that's how most of the dope shit that's getting done
Right.
is done, just
Right.
off the feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then maybe afterward they could kind of speak to, oh well, or what happens I often see is like the critics. They'll present it to the person that created it. Like, you know, I noticed when you opened up that first shot, how you kind of let the light streak in a bit and gave it a refracted kind of filter.
Right.
What were you doing there? What was your point? It was like, shit, we was running, the light was fucked up. We ain't had no cover for the shit. We was just trying to run and gun, baby. I appreciate that you like it. They're like, oh, wow.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But that's how it is.
Yeah,
Catch that magic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like when I was coming out, like, I guess when I was getting into it, you know, right at the turn of the technology change with the DSLRs and 5Ds and shit, when 5Ds came and shut shit down. You know what I'm saying? You had it's a big rush of people getting into it. And everybody trying to sort out what their style was, what their technique was.
Right.
And it was a few, you know what I'm saying, different people that that looked at my shit and was like, yeah, your shit is somebody else told me my shit. Your shit is more verite. And I'm like, okay. So I started looking that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And started looking, the different directors and shit that was fucking with that kind of style. And I was like, they kind of right. You know what I'm saying? But then like now I'm shooting some shit and I'm just looking at, what's the new shit going on. And so when I'm looking at some of these, like even the Homecoming documentary, the Beyonce shit, it's like the style that they use on there is very. It's a girl who used that's her style.
What's
you
her
know
name?
what I'm saying? Barbara. Is it? It's Barbara something. It's Barbara something Italian. I'm gonna look it up right now.
All right.
But
Matt, see what you could do. Tell me how.
Search Barbara Nowness, and she do a lot of shit on Nowness.
Yeah.
And but that's her style. They go from very clean, right, 1 minute, and then to very, old looking film, grain on it and shit.
Right.
That's the way she do shit.
Was it Barbara Anastasio?
Yep, that's her.
Okay.
Yeah, Barbara Anastasio.
Check her out.
Shout her out because, when I first started, I was looking like she was coming along the same kind of range of where I was at, but she had a distinct. You know what I'm saying?
So she's young, fairly.
Yeah, she's kind of
okay.
Young. Yeah.
Okay.
But she's more in the she was in the more like the fashion realm. But when Nowness came out, they used her a lot on these series that go inside of people's homes,
right?
And they talk about their home and shit. Okay. But it was very, you know what I'm saying? Very, it wasn't precious, even though it would look great. It wasn't precious. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shots were shaky and then I once read an article on her, and she was talking how she liked to edit her own shit because she liked to pick out the little things that matter. And that's the same way I am. I like to find the little shit that kind of tells you the story of what really happened here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kind of in a way that it really more like anthropology as opposed to just documenting it. Right. More like why did this happen and how it happened. And these are the little things that made it special that you weren't there to see. But I'm going to throw it in there. You might not even understand it, but it's in there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, we were shooting the shit with Bev last week. Miss Lawrence was there. Right. And CJ. And, they make a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? They talk loud. They big. You know what I'm saying? They give you all of that background. You know what I'm saying? That
atmosphere.
That hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be hyping shit up. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's one part when she walking up to the red carpet, and Miss Lawrence he was just coming down the street. But he came, it timed up when he was there when we was there, and he introduced the whole shit, basically. Like, this is Bevy Smith, you know what I'm saying? Right. All black everything, all black designers to the crown on top, you know what I'm saying? And he made everybody get into it because it was like somebody blowing the trumpets for
like
you.
Brucey B.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know the fucking rooftop.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Let a motherfucker know.
Be clear.
So
that's hard.
In that piece, I was just trying to use his voice in different parts to kind of let you get that feel. Right. So when that part came, you already knew it was supposed to be there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And even though that was like a random kind of moment. So
that's dope.
Yeah. We actually gonna do a screening for that shit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
When you doing that?
I think she said either Friday or sometime next week.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as I know, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of this, this throws while we on this type of subject. There's a podcast. I want to salute the pod. There's a podcast called The Big Picture Podcast.
The Big Picture.
Yeah, it's hosted by Sean Fennessy, who used to
work at Bob.
Yeah, way back in the day. He's at The Ringer now.
Okay.
And he hosts this podcast, and he's a super movie dude, like super movie dude. So they go and they talk about various movies, old and new. And sometimes they do these episodes where they'll do like career arcs on various actors or actresses. Like they just did one on Charlize Theron. And like I like Charlize Theron, you know what I mean? Just but like in passing type shit. Certain people be like, yeah, she do a thing, show, you know what I mean? But when they did this like retrospective, it made me like, yo, I want to see more of her shit. And it kind of felt like what they do for music or for movies is kind of like what Behind the Music used to do or like Unsung used to do. And
Still does.
Well, yeah, still does. Pardon, still does. I wish there was some shit like that. Like they do it for movies, but I wish it was like not to marginalize it, but I would like to see that type of attention and critique and like thought put into like some of the black film canon. And maybe some of the shit that's not even like the obvious shit, but like, you know what I mean? Like just have a retrospective or Clifton Powell. You know what I mean?
Wood
like,
Harris. You know what I'm saying?
We need some shit like that.
I
So
mean,
it's a call to action because I'm not going to do it. But I need somebody out there that has that type of
passion.
That passion, that that passion. Yeah, really just that passion and knows how to articulate why they like some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, like real passion to where they say, yo, I don't know if you like. There's certain people that have a passion about shit that they'll sell you on some shit that you've seen 3 times.
Right.
They be like, nah, but did you ever peep in the one scene where the such and such, and you like, nah. They be like, oh, you fucked up because the shit is brilliant the way he brought this, and you like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
I like that. So somebody do that. Anyway, it's shout out to The Big Picture. It's a great podcast, but yeah, somebody put a big picture on some of this black shit that's going on.
Nah, we definitely need those, you know what I'm saying, those little moments where our actors could get that shine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's coming.
Makai Pfeiffer.
Right, all of that. You
know
know,
what I mean?
like, yeah. That's ill. Like Wood Harris, like all of that type of shit. Just the retrospective, you know, that have you like reconsider things. Because I do think sometimes like sometimes the shit just kind of comes and goes.
You don't get reconsidered until you become a meme and shit.
Either that or you die.
Yeah,
and it's too late.
Too late, damn. But like my man from Cosby Show, he became a meme.
Which cat?
You know, the cat who was working at Trader Joe's.
They
was trying to clown him and shit for a couple of days until it turned around. And now you back in the game.
Which was a lucky turnaround.
Right. Because he was doing something honorable. It wasn't like he was, you know what I'm saying, out here smoking crack.
But it ain't like cats don't get clowned for doing the honorable thing. You know what I mean? Like, you could be honorable as fuck, but if I can shit on you, I'm gonna do it.
And they did. They gave him. They gave it to him for a couple days.
They gave him a little bit of business, but then the reaction was like, "How dare you? This man is This is honorable. This man is earning a living. What's wrong with you?" You ever said sometimes that voice was just a little louder than the, "Hey yo, look at your man." You know what I mean? It's a battle of the volume.
No doubt. The volume, and you know what I'm saying, sometimes they just take it too far and then it turn on you.
Yeah.
When the joke go too far and then they be like, "Ah,
look at you. Come on, fam.
Stop it.
That was OD.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, fam, that's words? Damn.
Now you the joke. Like, damn, it was going good.
Damn, son.
No doubt.
I can't believe that type of damn. That's how you really feel? Shit.
Sure.
Oh man. Anyway, speaking of nothing, I was trying to pull a transition off. I was dead ass trying to pull a transition off. I ain't got no transition. That Kawhi shot was fire though. How about that? That's my transition.
So you in the playoffs?
I feel like talking about that. Yeah, I'm in the playoffs. Dude, I've been in the I'm starting to feel like I broke a record with this, or at least the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And let me caveat this disclaimer. I am not a real sports fan.
We know that.
We know that?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just surprised you're sitting here talking about it.
Thank you. Well, you know it's about that time. It's the playoffs.
Like, hey, you know, I ain't no sports man.
Nah, not at all. But the drama of the playoffs pulls you in. Right. And I think this particular year has been some good ass playoffs so far. I mean, from the Dame Lillard shot to this Kawhi Leonard shot to send the Sixers to the crib.
To the crib.
But I mean, the suspense in the shot where the shit hit the rim about 4 or 5 times before going in.
I mean, that's characteristic to him because that's kind of how his laugh is. It's like, is he gonna laugh?
Tentative.
Or is he like,
Oh, man.
and then he take it back. I didn't laugh.
Damn. Damn.
So I mean, that's true to his personality.
That shit was it was as if it was written. It was like somebody wrote that. It was like a screenplay. The suspense and the boom boom, the drama, and even he was like, oh shit. Oh, you know what I mean? That shit was a moment, man.
Yeah, man.
gonna
I'm about to get in now.
Yeah, you missed that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I seen it on the replay.
Right.
But I didn't catch it live.
Yeah.
I didn't catch none of this shit live. I didn't even try to watch none of this shit. But I'm about to jump in right now with Portland and them cats.
Portland and the
Golden State.
Why you call them cats? You don't fuck with Golden State
I
still?
don't fuck with Golden State.
What's that about?
What you mean? What it's about? Some people have teams, some people don't. I mean, some people like teams, some people don't.
So,
I don't like the Golden State Warriors. We've talked about this.
Yeah, but
every
what's
year.
it based on again? What is it based
It's just
on?
based on the bandwagon fan base.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They came along when they started going to the chip.
Okay.
It was the you know what I'm saying, not so. It's almost like, you know what I'm saying, they the light-skinned team versus the dark-skinned team. You know what I'm saying? So the racism in that is
They
kind
got
of
some
weird.
dark-skinned members.
I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying that's how it's marketed and presented.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That their fan base was a lot of hipsters when that era when they were playing Cleveland.
Okay.
And then so it was kind of like you go to the bar in a already gentrifying neighborhood. The politics are already kind of tense. So then you got all these new Golden State fans swarming to the bar, and then it's like black and white. You know what I'm saying? So like all the Golden State fans are new white hipsters, and then all the Cleveland fans, everybody going for Cleveland, the old school
regular
blacks. You know what I'm saying?
Hanging on.
So it gets real tense. It was tense in the bar, and then it was like one particular game where it was tense in there and shit. And this shit was very quiet from the Golden State side the whole fucking game. Because a lot of those games when they were playing Cleveland were real close.
Right.
The whole game until it was like the end when it was almost over and it looked like Golden State was going to win. Then they got very vocal and then like very adamant about their, you know what I'm saying, their Golden Stateness. Like, yeah! And then it was like, they already winning. It was probably winning by 10 or something crazy. And then I guess, somebody went up for a rebound, and then it was like, they winning. The game is almost over. And so somebody in their crowd was like, that's a foul! That's a foul! Dog, first of all, the game is over.
Right.
But why are you so adamant right now? You was quiet the whole fucking game. Now you super fucking adamant about this shit. What is going on? And it just didn't feel good.
It's unsettling.
Like you wasn't even a Golden State fan last year. So it was just like, it's just that weird dynamic of how that shit came in and how they came in and how dominant they are. You know what I'm saying? To where I just don't feel like I need to be a fan of this. They got enough fans.
All right. Ain't fucking with it, huh?
Nah. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it though. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna root for Damian Lillard and shit.
Oh, there you go.
But you know what I'm saying? It's obvious. I mean, I'm just being really facetious because I don't think nobody could really stop him.
You think it's gonna be over for him? You don't
I
think
mean,
Portland can do it?
Unless KD stays hurt.
Yeah.
But if KD come back in good form, it's like, come on, what
We'll
the fuck
see.
you gonna do?
Yeah, I guess
Too many weapons, too much shit. Who coming out the East gonna do something?
I don't know.
Toronto, maybe, but you know what I'm saying?
Milwaukee is Milwaukee. Who is
it? Who is it now? It's Toronto and who? Milwaukee?
I think it's Toronto and Milwaukee. Yeah, Toronto and Milwaukee.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
No doubt. So, you know what I'm saying?
You don't think Toronto or Milwaukee got nothing for them?
I'm not saying that they don't because they are NBA players. You know what I'm saying? We are talking about professional basketball here.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? And as they say, it's hard to beat anybody 4 games in a row.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not no easy task, but, you're talking about the Dubs. Them motherfuckers got weapons.
They go hard. I think it's one of them things, too, where, like, the fan base make you dislike them. Like,
that's what I was trying to say.
right.
But a lot of those fans weren't here 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, I feel
you
like
never heard nobody talk about being a Golden. If they wasn't from Oakland or from the West,
Yeah.
you ain't hear about no Golden State.
since Tim Hardaway, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
And not even then. You just liked his crossover.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So
Was Mitch Richmond, Mitch Redmond?
So all of a sudden, all these Golden State fans in Brooklyn, that shit sound crazy.
It's always a bandwagon. It wasn't that many Cleveland fans 5 years ago. Let's be honest.
Doubt, for sure.
Come on, let's be honest.
And that's true.
I mean, niggas, you never heard motherfuckers talk about, yo, Cleveland Cavaliers before LeBron.
No doubt.
So, I mean, it's the same kind of shit. It's just that they seem to be a little bit more dark-skinned. That's what this really is. It's a colorism debate.
Yeah, so, I mean, not even colorism in the team's respect. It's in the
fans.
It's in the fans. It's just like you go to Boston, you know you got a certain kind of fan.
Okay.
Matt, would you say that's true?
Boston has a history, a bad history, I'd say.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to root
Right.
it's hard for me to root for Boston.
Right.
Because I look in the crowd and I already know there's a problem up there.
They don't like you.
They don't like they don't like nobody down
They
there.
don't like nothing. They don't even like their players.
They don't like their players if they're not winning. So it could get troubling in places like that.
Right.
Cincinnati baseball. Not that I watch baseball, but I wouldn't want to root for the
Reds.
For the Reds.
Damn.
You heard what comes out of there. So, you know what I'm saying? Alabama football for me is like shit.
It's a little much.
You know what I mean? And even though it's a lot of black Alabama fans.
Right. But you still feel it's a little charged in there.
It's a little charged fucking around.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, shit like that.
I see what you're saying. Oh, man. Well,
Who you were going for?
I'm not going for anybody, honestly. I'm totally just watching this shit as a fan. Like, I'm not even as a fan, but just as entertainment. Because literally, right before Kawhi did the thing, I was like, I got friends from Philly, so it'd be cool. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind seeing Kawhi move ahead because I've been, I've been seeing his development. I actually see niggas clown him and shit. Like, he playing in New Balance, which is, that's an obstacle in itself. And then that nigga came through. But you ain't playing ball. You got some casual New Balance. You're not taking them shits up the court. But my man, like when we said, and it was just the drama of it all.
Right.
It was the whole, it had Kawhi kind of on the brain too. It was that whole story that came out where everybody was starting to say that Kawhi Leonard is more clutch than Kobe. Mm-hmm. And, there was a viral clip of Max Kellerman saying this shit to Stephen A. and Jason Williams, and they were like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here with this is ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to be respectful, but this is ridiculous. Right. Jason Williams walked out. I did Jason Williams. I forget his name, but Jay Williams, I think. Mm-hmm. He walked off the set like, y'all are wilding. You know what I mean? So that kind of had his name percolating. So I'm like, and this was a clutch moment. I'm like, if it's any time to prove that you clutch, here you go. Right. And he proved that shit. So I'm like, go ahead, brother.
And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, you know what I mean, when you talking about Kobe, especially Kobe and Mike, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of clutch that just go in their persona. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're not even gonna second guess it because just the way they played in those moments. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The way they looked in those moments. More so than, you know what I mean? Even, they had all kind of breakdowns of numbers and saying who had to take the last shot within 10 seconds, and then, he has players on top of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you still not going to take clutch away from them because that's just part of the whole, you know what I'm saying, their whole legend.
It's almost like they get the most excited at the clutch. Like when it's time, like when it's 3 seconds left, you can see it in their face.
Right.
They can't wait for this shit.
And when you looking backwards and shit, because I remember watching Jordan and watching the game, and you know what I'm saying, every time at the end of the game when he got the ball, you think it's going to go in.
Yeah.
And that shit didn't go in.
Not all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Not even, it probably didn't go in more than it went in, but you can't put that in your recollection that was the case. I just remember sitting there with some playoff game like, God damn.
But you felt like it was going to go in.
You felt like every time it went in, you know what I'm saying? Even though they may have come back and won the series, but in those moments where it's like, oh shit, this shit finna be Jordan about to take over, it's about to, oh damn.
He ain't take over.
Damn, and then you sad. You just erase it from your memory and then come back the next game.
Right.
You know, so it's just part of their whole fucking shit is that they're great and that they're gonna take over and win that shit for you.
Right. Yeah.
But as Jordan said, he didn't win all the time and shit.
No, he just shot the shot.
He
didn't second guess himself. He just shot through.
But then he also came back and said, "But I never gotten beaten. I just ran out of time."
Is that what he said?
That's one of his quotes.
That's some funny shit. I ain't late. It's just too early.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck out of here with this
Niggas
shit.
didn't beat me. I just ran out of time.
Some slick ass shit.
You know. So that goes into your mystique.
Yeah, man. Shit, what else is going on, dude?
My son came home from college.
Yeah? This is first year
His
back
first
from
year in
college.
So you know what I'm saying? He came home with that wow,
I'm outside
I'm
now.
outside
I'm an
ass.
adult.
Yeah. But I ain't paying no bills.
No.
You have to remind him, hey man, hey, I could use that $100 that I pay on your phone bill. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he comes home with, it was his birthday also. So, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? It was a Muhammad holiday.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So we did a little celebration. But he had a couple friends over. I'm downstairs. We let the young adults have their space after a while. You know what I'm saying? All right.
See, I like the cool spot.
No, it wasn't. We not actually. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we the cool
We ain't
spot
cool.
at all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was just, it was a birthday celebration. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We gonna, man.
Give you some space.
Yeah, you got a couple friends over. We gonna give you some space. Go downstairs and shit.
Okay. Mildly cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just
Don't do too much.
like it wasn't even a thought that he was gonna do too much because you thinking it's like usual. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like shit. I'm done, so I'm gonna go downstairs and then shit, they could be in the living room,
Right.
whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna hover over them and shit.
Right.
So go downstairs. I just keep hearing a bunch of noise. Don't.
How many people is it? Is it a party?
No, it's not a party. It's like 4 of them. It's
Okay,
it's
just
like
the
him
homies?
and 3 friends. Like
Okay.
the you know what I'm saying? 2 girls.
All
2.
from school or from around the way?
From back from high school.
Okay.
High school friends.
Okay,
Shit,
so
you know
this
what
is the homecoming. We ain't seen each other in months.
Right. So, I hear all this doom, boom, dropping shit, dragging
Right.
chairs. What the fuck is going on? So I shoot the text. Yo, you're not gonna need to calm that shit down.
Yeah.
Cause you know what I'm saying? My mother-in-law was in town, so she trying to sleep.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they right on top of her with all the boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
So I send a text, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you need to calm that shit down. So I get no response. So now I got to get up.
Did the text go through?
Yeah, the text went
Okay.
through. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. It don't matter if it didn't go through. I'm expecting a response.
Even if he didn't get the
It
text.
don't matter, man.
Hey, you should feel the text in his fucking spirit.
Exactly.
All right, go ahead.
So I go upstairs, and you know what I'm saying? Hey. So I get up there, they got all the little cordials, the little, you know what I'm saying?
The little nips.
The little nips and shit on it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Hey, nah.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
You didn't sanction no nips.
Nah, I ain't sanctioning none of that shit.
Oh,
Nah, I ain't
man.
that. Because I already just had a situation where my other son was at somebody else's house, and 2 kids brought their own little nips.
Old Nipsey Hussle.
They brought their own little nipsies and shit. And it was a situation where the girl had to go to the hospital. She was in an alcoholic coma and shit. And then
An alcoholic
alcohol
coma.
coma or some shit like that, whatever the fuck they call that shit. She was in a little coma.
There's
shit
such
was a-
thing as a little coma.
This shit was a fucking
A little
situation.
coma.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Then, once, the parent group text started to happen, then you start to see that shit where, okay, lawyers, niggas might need to call their lawyer.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, who's responsible for this
Right,
shit?
right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
Even though the bad motherfuckers brought the shit to your house, you know what I'm saying?
man.
You responsible because
Yeah.
it's your house.
Yeah.
So now that's fresh on my mind. That's
Yeah.
only a couple months ago.
Right.
So I'm like, whoa, motherfucker. Yeah, hell nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a situation. So now you got to sit him down and how to, this ain't what this finna be, Summer.
So what happened? Did you shut the whole party down, or
I shut that aspect of it down, but I might have been too late, and we not gonna take it no further than that
Okay,
with
all right,
that.
fair enough.
But so after the fact, you know what I'm saying? After the fact, after it's too late,
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? You got a couple bobbleheads, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Got to go use the, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Call the Earl.
Right. Oh
You know
wow.
what I'm saying?
Damn.
Now you got, you know what I'm saying? Now you got a crisis.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
now again, I got the liability shit fresh on my mind.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm like, okay, let me make sure I'm soft.
Nobody
landing
getting
this.
hurt.
All right, let me go buy the ginger ale and some food and put up. Hey, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going nowhere.
Right.
To everybody, you know what I'm saying, is coherent and straight.
Right.
And you, what the fuck?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta have the whole sit down.
Right.
This ain't what's finna happen. This ain't what's finna be. This is, you know what I'm saying? This ain't college. This home.
And it's Ramadan.
He ain't observing that. You know what I'm saying? You fucking up because now I'm up all night fucking with y'all. I gotta be up in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
So go ahead.
So now it's how do you set the rules and expectations to a motherfucker who think they grown,
Right.
but ain't paying no bills,
Right.
Ain't, you know what I'm saying? Can't do nothing on their own,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you had to explain that. You know what I'm saying? And hey man, you know what I'm saying?
I like that tone. Hey man.
Yo, that's when you ain't the father and you like, hey, listen,
bro.
Now you the landlord.
Yeah.
Listen, shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you ain't finna do around here is this, that, and the third. Like you want to do that, you know what I'm saying? Then you need to go get your own place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go get your own place and you put my phone back on the table, my keys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All of my internet codes, my laptop.
Surrender all
You
of
know
that.
what I'm saying? Listen.
Start anew.
And start anew and be on your own then.
Yeah.
Other than that, you got some rules and regulations.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so now I got to come up with all the rules and regulations.
You ain't have them in the moment. You couldn't freestyle
you
no
know,
rules.
it's like, damn, I wasn't expecting. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I mean? You know it could happen, but you ain't think it was going to happen.
Right.
So
How was it received? Was it?
I mean, kids, got a way of receiving shit and letting that shit go right out the other ear on your ass. So I got to put the real codes and code of ethics and all that shit into play.
Okay.
Right now. So that's what I'm on is like developing how do I, you know what I'm saying? Because now you got your little kids looking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now the young kids is looking to see, you know what I'm saying? Now you in a situation. You know what I mean? Now if you don't do shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be challenging.
Now you got
on every level.
mutiny.
Yeah,
This is Game of Thrones in your own house.
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't kill the traitor, then you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Everybody else gonna try you.
Right.
So now you gotta show up.
Yeah.
So I'm shit. Now I gotta come up with, you know what I'm saying? I gotta come up with
Consequences.
just not even just consequences, but the code, like the rules of how we gonna do this shit as giving you your young adult freedom.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, without you, you know what I'm saying, breaking down what the fuck's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? And so that's Black Father.
How's that been? It's been tough, or
No, this is just shit. Nigga,
trying to
this is
figure
new.
it out?
This is just new. Just new. So that was fucking Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fucking Tuesday. So, you know what I'm saying? I laid down my whole spiel, but now I gotta effectively create some bylaws.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some check-ins and some, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So he started his internship yesterday, and he's looking for a job.
Okay.
So
With the internship to work and do an internship?
yeah, internship don't pay.
Right. But I didn't know if it was going to take up most of his time.
Listen, if he want money, he gonna have to go find
Fair
work
enough.
some money.
All right. That's
You know
what's
what
up.
I'm saying? So you got to find the time. You find time to ask me.
Hey, do what you got to do, man.
No doubt.
Make it happen.
So you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, I want to set it up in a way where I got resources. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm the plug, really. If he could really understand what's going on, especially in the way he trying to move and what he trying to do,
Right.
I could really help him. You know what I'm saying? But he has to show that he could want it. Yeah, he wants it in a way that's for real. And not because I'm not the kind of just gonna put you in the play knowing that you ain't ready for the play. So I had to put something in place so he could
Prove his
like he could train his way into the play.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's training day.
That's what's up. Y'all had that conversation like this is how.
Nah,
you
this
could-
some shit I'm just
Putting together
I'm just
now?
telling you my thoughts right now.
I can dig
I'm
it.
just sharing my
We
thoughts.
all
I'm just
appreciate
being transparent. Black Father.
Black Father segment. You don't watch Barry.
I have watched Barry,
But you're not-
I haven't.
you're not-
I'm
you're
not
not
up
up to
on it. I'm
speed.
not up to speed.
Barry left me on another cliffhanger again, man. It's good, but we gotta see this last episode.
Oh, you got one more episode?
Got one more episode. It's finale time.
Okay.
It's been good. It's some shit going on. It's good. I'm excited for it. It's doing its thing.
No doubt.
Barry
no
got
doubt.
some shit coming. So I'm trying to stay patient. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to,
I think everybody in that zone.
Because I feel like that's Sunday night on HBO is all about patience.
Yeah.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I see like it feels like now
it's like
there's a lot of frustration towards the back end of this shit.
Yeah, because again, we talked about it last week. They're off the book, so now they off on their own,
Taking liberties.
they off on their own in their own world, and I'm not sure how much liberties they taking. I wasn't in the writers' room and how much was sanctioned,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying, they're just doing shit in a way that it's unexpected. I guess that's what TV is all about. It's more. You know what I'm saying? They wrapping the shit up. You know what I mean? It's one more episode, so you're not expecting no new shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times they be bringing in new shit and, you know what I mean? All these different things start to come into play, but now that it's over, it's like, this it. You know what I mean? This is all we dealing with. You know what I mean? It ain't like some new shit about to come into play. All you waiting on is how they gonna play it out. And, this week was kind of crazy. It was bugged out. You know what I'm saying? In a way that, remember we talked about the old Puerto Rican princess being kind of having a little hate in her heart.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
It was proven.
I mean, not proving on. I mean, she tried. You know what I mean? She tried to give John a little. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let me see what team you on right now. You know what I'm saying? He wanted, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you my queen, I'm on your team, you know what I'm saying? And then she was like, oh, I'm just your queen? She hit him with that, that's some shit straight out of 12th grade.
I'm just your
I'm
queen.
just your friend now? You know what I'm saying? When the chick hit you with that.
Right.
Oh, I'm just your friend?
Just want to have an argument.
You know what I'm saying? Not you just want to have an argument, but they trying to check your pulse. You trying to play it cool. Like, we cool.
We
We
the
You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
I
got your
fuck
back.
with you.
I fuck with you know what I'm saying? Oh, you just my friend? And then they walk up on you. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, yeah, I guess not. You know what I'm saying? But John stuck to his gun.
Oh, they jumping off.
Yeah, they was jumping off until he found out that was his auntie, and then he kind of pulled back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? So she rolled up on him like that again, really just trying to test him and see what's up with him. He couldn't do it. And then she was like, okay. Because she was like, you know what I'm saying, they love you out here.
What, he was supposed to kill her in that moment?
No, he was supposed to give her some dick.
Oh, okay. She was trying to get that look.
Yeah, she was trying to.
She was
trying to
"Don't
see where he
worry."
was at with it, because she was saying he got all this love out here.
Hey, she don't mind that. That's his. That's
Nah, because that runs in her bloodline.
Oh, okay.
So she was basically saying, like, listen, you got all this love out here. You know what I'm saying? They love you. They support you. As soon as they find out who you really is, they gonna want you on the throne, and not me. They don't know me out here. They don't love me out here. They just fear me, because she got them dragons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All I got is fear. And then he was like, but I love you. You my queen. And then she like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just your queen. And then he like, yeah, you just my queen. Then she like, okay then. So she stepped back.
So
Then
now she gonna kill his
then
ass.
she was like, well, it's fear then. Then she started setting up her battle plans, because they was about, you know what I'm saying, they was going in to take the throne and shit. And she basically, you know what I'm saying, kind of got the hint that other motherfuckers was conspiring against her to put John in place, because John wasn't supposed to tell nobody, like we said last week, but loose lips, you know what I'm saying, he had to tell, John, Honorable John had to tell somebody.
Told his sister, right?
Told his sister, she told, you know what I'm saying, how that go. Big mouth shit. That shit just goes on and on. The story goes on just like a wheelbarrow.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a bar?
That's from Houdini.
Okay.
Big mouth.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah, go
Big Mouth.
Google Big Mouth.
Yeah.
That'll tell you the whole Jon Snow story.
Okay.
And then so motherfuckers trying to conspire to put him in position and kind of move her out the way, and she know what's happening. So now she hot. She hot, you know what I'm saying? She done burnt the one cat who was doing the whispering. You know what I'm saying? Burnt him up, and then they was about to go to war, but nobody don't know the plan. She was just like, you know what I'm saying? Just meet me at the walls of the motherfucking city, and you'll know when it's time. For sure. So, you know, she came through with the dragon, fucking shit up. And then in the beginning,
Against her own people?
no, against the enemy.
Okay.
See, they going to get the throne. So they
Right.
flew into King's Landing. And at first you like, oh, hell yeah. Because, you know what I'm saying, when them dragons get busy, you know what I'm saying, it's exciting times.
Right.
They do a good job with them dragons.
Right.
So they come through, you know, they got the little slingshots that kill dragons and shit.
Okay.
So they, you know what I'm saying, they came with the element of surprise. So they got, you know what I'm saying, they got down, so they started firing them shits at them. Now they know how to kind of dodge them shit.
How many dragons you got? 2?
Nah, they killed the other one. So you only got one dragon left, the big
right.
bad one, Drogon.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Drogon like to fuck shit up. That's his style. You know what I'm saying? Since he was a little baby.
Wild
He
ass
just like
dragon.
to fuck shit up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He don't need no...
Destructive.
He don't need... It's on site with him. He don't need no introduction.
Okay.
So he came through. Now they know how to fly. She know how to fly that shit. Because once they commit to shooting at a certain space, they could always dodge that shit because they could, you know what I'm saying, move.
Right.
Because the dragon kind of fast. Right. So they flew through that shit, burnt out the boats and shit. Boom, boom. Started getting busy on the walls, knocking out all the other scorpions on the wall and shit. So you like, oh shit, Drogon getting busy and shit. So you know what I'm saying? You got the armies lined up in front of the wall. They got the Lannister army. And then, you know what I'm saying, the army from the north and the dragons and the suddenly there's more Dothrakis and shit. We thought they was all dead, but suddenly there's hundreds of them. You know what I'm saying?
You said it's dragons or it's just one dragon still?
One dragon.
Okay.
The Unsullied.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
And some Dothrakis.
And some Dothrakis and then the men from the north.
And they came back somehow.
No, the day was all there, but we thought the
Dothrakis.
Dothrakis was all gone.
Yeah. They just came back from
suddenly it was some more of them left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I guess they had...
They don't die, they
like,
multiply.
We shouldn't have killed all, though.
Yeah, man.
Fuck it, let's just bring them back. There's a lot of fuck it in this last season.
They just like, let's just get this shit done.
So you know, the army's at the standoff. You know what I'm saying? You know, she told them to wait till she get there.
Right.
So they had the suspense of you hear them explosions in the background, because the dragon back there fucking shit up.
Okay, that means she on her way.
Yeah, but they don't know it, but we know it because we done seen the shit. She fucking shit up. So then motherfuckers just came busting through. Then it was all on. So now, you know, it's like it's on. The war is on. You was like, you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing was, if they ring the bells, that mean they surrender and shit.
Ring a bell?
Like
a white
the
a
church
white
bells.
flag?
Yeah, it's like the white flag. And then, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they had casually agreed that if they surrender, you know what I'm saying, you weren't going to kill all of the locals. You know what I'm saying? Because what they did was brought all the locals inside the wall to make her have to kill them in order to get to them.
So they
was trying to use her mercy.
Pawns.
Yeah, trying to use her mercy. Because that was her whole thing. She you know, she was freeing slaves and, you know, she was supposed to be other people.
Oh, so she does have mercy.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
She did.
Not no more.
Not no more.
Nah. So especially
Yeah,
since
killed two
John
of her
don't fuck with
dragons,
her.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's, you know what I'm saying, she's been, you know,
Yeah.
you know, her nephew don't want to, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
be with her like that. Her nephew got a better claim to the throne. She like, let's get this shit done. I'm about to show everybody,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, who the motherfucking boss is. So they ring the bells. They surrender and shit.
She killed everybody.
She's sitting on her dragon. But first of all, they waiting because, you know what I'm saying, the dragons done tow shit up. The army done threw they swords down. They just waiting on the bells.
Just to be like, it's over.
Yeah, so everybody like, ring the bell, ring the goddamn bells, motherfucker, ring the bell, shit.
I thought they rang the bell.
No, this was before they ring the bell. So
Okay.
while they waiting,
Uh-huh.
it's like a long, tense wait, like the Kawhi shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Okay.
ring the bells, like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you hear everybody calling out, like,
Because
ring,
these are regular people. Like,
regular
yo.
people, even the soldiers, like, ring the motherfucking
Yeah,
bell, shit.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? They finally ring the bells, bang, 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 bang. As soon as they ring the bell, she looked over at the Red Keep, which is like the castle and shit. She like, fuck. She basically like, fuck this shit. Took off on her dragon, started burning that whole shit down. All the regular people, everybody. She just fucking went wild.
Killed the whole squad.
She firing so indiscriminately that, you know what I'm saying?
She shooting some of her people.
Some of her people getting burnt and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? She don't give a fuck.
Well, what is she just trying to she just wants to destroy this whole shit, make a name for herself.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? Because they thought that she was weak because she was freeing all these people, that she wouldn't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Took a kindness for weakness.
So basically, she finna show everybody that, you know what I'm saying, she don't give a fuck. And really what she trying to save ain't this generation no way. She trying to save the next generation. That's basically what she said. So she burnt all that shit down and will start anew, I guess. So John and them looking like, oh, God damn, what you know what I'm saying? Because they don't really, they tired of fighting. They was just fighting last week.
Right.
They're like, God, really? They surrender? What we doing?
Right.
Fuck that.
Smash their whole shit.
Smash their whole shit, man. So now it's you know, it's the season finale coming up.
So do you think the season finale is going to be payback, or did they eliminate them?
They done.
They done.
So they done. Cersei is done.
Season finale is just a victory lap?
No, season finale is how everybody gonna react to her just spazzing out
on her
against
side.
her own shit. You know,
Okay.
her own words is like, we for the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But everybody done watched her burn the people
Right.
to a crisp.
Mm-hmm.
So now the shit got to be, damn, who is you?
What's your prediction?
I predict that Jon Snow gonna have to kill her.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody
He gonna have to kill her, but is he gonna kill her?
I don't know. That's the good question. But fucking Arya will kill him.
So, but if you gotta give us a prediction for the people.
I would hate to see Arya kill her because she killed the Night's King, so that would suck. You know what I'm saying? But all signs point to her wanting to kill her real bad. I predict that Jon gonna have to shank her and cry.
Kill Puerto Rican princess.
Yeah, because Puerto Rican princess gonna have to kill Jon too.
Okay.
Because now everybody really gonna be like, nah, Jon Snow got to get the throne because this motherfucker tripping
unhinged.
like she the mad queen like her daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because her daddy went unhinged and his whole famous line was kill them all, burn them all.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? The sister fucker had killed him before he had a chance to do it. So I think Jon will have to shank her. He gonna be sad. And you know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna go off, and we're gonna go back to our regularly scheduled lives and shit.
You gonna be regular after that? You gonna be
regular as fuck.
It's gonna be
You know what I'm
damn.
saying?
This is it, huh?
We're gonna need probably need a whole cast of Game of Thrones therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Just bring a group of motherfuckers and just talk it out.
Just to fucking unpack the whole shit.
Yeah, I mean, because it's done now. It's like shit. You know what I mean? You on the last hour and some change.
It's the last page of this big ass book.
Yeah, man.
It's over after this.
It's over.
Shit.
Yeah.
Sad.
Not sad. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know.
Is it
it's,
fulfilling?
Know what it's like? Know what it's like? It's like watching your team the whole season. You know what I'm saying? Get to finals. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they either gonna win or lose. Especially when your team lose. Your team lose in the finals.
Right.
Then you gotta go back the whole summer and,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, unpack it and you know what I'm saying, all right.
So,
wait for football season to take your mind off of it.
What would be a win or to that point, what would be a satisfying end to this whole shit for you? Not the prediction, but what would be like, that's what's up?
See,
or is it too far gone?
No. I mean, I'm not a studier of TV like that. You know what I'm saying? Of those story arcs
But
like that.
what you feel?
I just want to be entertained. And they too far gone with the thin writing for it to be as entertaining as what it could have been. Okay. Because you all the way through the last season, it's been very, like I said, it's a lot of telenova, you know what I'm saying? Telenova shit in it, where it's kind of like, soap operas a little bit. So I'm not expecting that. I just wanted to be entertaining, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to watch the dragons burn shit down, but then they started burning the wrong people. It was like,
damn dragons,
you motherfucker. Which they always say, you know what I'm saying? Even George R.R. Martin will say, you know what I'm saying? It's no good and bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you're rooting for somebody that's good that do some foul shit. Right. Sometimes you fall in love with a motherfucker who was foul the whole time. Right. So they staying true to that. It's just, it's just tripped out. It's just bugged out. I'm just reacting to it. So I'm not going into it really with no fucking predictions. I just want to watch the shit and be entertained one last time.
There you go.
One last lap.
Damn. Well, it's going to happen for you, man. You know what I mean? The last one.
As they say, inshallah. You know what I'm saying?
Inshallah. How about that? There you go. There you go. Yeah. Well, until then, tell the people where you going to be.
Man, I'm going to be here in the city. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me on the gram at Mr. Muhammad. Twitter at Mr. Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing that screening. I don't have no details on it yet, but you know what I'm saying, that's exciting. I never had any of my things screened like that except for the shit we did with Laura, but not as a director. I haven't had anything screened, so that's gonna be dope. And you know, that's it.
That's what's up.
Be at the crib.
That's what it is. I'm going to be at Comedy Works in Saratoga Springs this Friday and Saturday. 3 shows out there. And then I'll be back in the city at Stand Up New York on Sunday night. And until then.
No, before we do that.
Yeah.
I meant to ask you this earlier in the show.
Yeah.
You had the Afro flyer.
Yeah.
That was dope. Tell us about that.
That shit was just something, you know.
You came up with that?
Yeah, I came up with that idea. I hit my man, shout out to my man Joe Baker. I had him, I said, yo, I like his style. He does wild shit. So I said, yo, I'm doing this show. You know what I mean? I want you to do a flyer for me. Here's the information. Do your own thing. And he did his own thing, and it was a little left. I was like, And I felt bad because you can't tell a motherfucker to do their own thing and then rein them in.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, well, you know, that was my whole thing. He said, if you got any ideas, you know, send me an idea. So I came across some shit, and somehow I came across the Jimmy album cover. I forget where I came with that shit. I was listening to something, and they were talking about it, and I was like, oh, that shit'll be ill. Let's flip that. And then I gave it to him. He was like, oh, that'd be dope. But he was excited about it, and he flipped it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's good to come back after you rein them in, at least with something.
Yeah, come back with a definitive idea. Let's
Right.
go here with it.
Right.
So, yeah, man, shout out to Joe Baker. He killed that shit. If you're going to be in Saratoga, please come out to the shows. We're going to have a good time. And if not, if you're in the city, come out to Stand Up New York on Sunday.
Word up.
But until then, tell a friend to tell a friend
And even the enemy.
to get in the conversation. We out.
And the main thing of it all is to be in the conversation.